It's like this year and this week is the year and week of repentance of notorious criminals. Somebody like Evans, the notorious kidnapper, and then Kachala, the notorious bandit terrorizing northern Nigeria. Both of them are pleading for forgiveness, that they have all repented, and they want to turn the new leaf so that they will be forgiven and co-opted into the society. Another funny thing, not really funny, another shocking thing, or not really shocking, another wonderful thing is that Evans has acquired a degree while in prison, an NC degree, so he's now a teacher. All right, let's listen to the news.
John Evans, who is a convicted kidnapper, Chukwudumeme. He's also popularly known as Evans and has been rearraigned on a 5-count charge of murder and kidnapping before Justice Adenike Koka of the Lagos State High Court, Ikeja. Now, the defendant says he has repented and is pushing for a plea bargain. Kemi Foladeyemo reports.
This is the third kidnapping-related case being brought against Evans by the Lagos State government. In February 2022, an Ikeja High Court judge, Hakim Oshodi, sentenced him to life imprisonment for the kidnap of Donatus Dunu, the chief executive officer of Maidon Pharmaceuticals Limited. In September same year, another judge of the High Court, Oluwatoyin Taiwo, now retired, sentenced Evans to 21 years imprisonment for kidnapping a businessman, Silvanus Ahamonu, and collecting $420,000 as ransom from his family. Apart from this present case, he is also being charged by the state government in 2 other matters. Evans and his co-defendant, Joseph Emeka, were brought before this court for the alleged offenses of the murders of 2 persons, as well as attempted murder and conspiracy to commit kidnapping. On Thursday, both defendants were rearraigned on the 5 counts charge, which they pleaded not guilty to. The prosecutor, Yusuf Sule, asked the court for a date to proceed on trial by the judge for a report on the defendant's plea bargain application. The counsel said the matter is currently before the committee set up by the state government and that the second defendant is also seeking a plea bargain. In his response, Evans' lead defense counsel says he newly took up the case to represent the first defendant and that his primary focus now is to pursue the plea bargain request and not to proceed on trial. He says Evans recently bagged a Nigeria certificate in education while in custody and is willing to further his education to the level of PhD.
The federal government gave him opportunity to reform and re-educate himself. They gave him scholarship at a maximum security prison, cri. He took the scholarship. The outcome of the scholarship is that today he has NECO, he has NCE, merit. That is almost distinction. And he was admitted on merit to Open University. And he's on 200 level. Because if the plea bargain and clemency, which we are pursuing, is acceptable to Lagos State government, and he is let out of prison, he will be under the custody of Lagos State government.
Evans has been remanded at the Kirikiri Maximum Security Facility here in Lagos for the past 8 years. He says he's now remorseful of all the crimes he's committed and is asking the Lagos State government for a second chance. But the prosecutor told the court that his plea bargain request will now be tabled before the committee, who will sit next in March. This case has now been adjourned to March the 20th for report on his plea bargain request. Kemi Foladeyemo, TVC News, Lagos.
So now let's listen to Bugaji Kachala as he pleads his own and asks for forgiveness.
Tsira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tsira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tsira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah ta tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah ta tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah ta tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah ta tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ira da amincin Allah da yarda Allah ta tabbata ga shugabanmu annabi Muhammadu manzon Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Well, God forgives the worst sinner and accepts them into his kingdom and asks us to forgive them. But these two notorious criminals, imagine Evans now a teacher coming to your school to get employed, to get employment to teach students in your school. Will you employ him? If you know that Evans, the notorious Evans the kidnapper, is teaching in a particular school, will you send your children there? If he comes there, will you not withdraw your children? The school will close down. But according to what the news said, it's going to become Lagos State property. As in, maybe he's going to be teaching in the prison where he was trained as a teacher. Now let's look at Kachala. After everything he has done, he has renounced his sins with his group. Who knows where he's going to be sent to? That's if government decides to pardon them. Yeah, maybe government can decide to grant them clemency. Even in the Bible, notorious criminals were pardoned, which was the reason why Jesus was treated with is it Barnabas? Is it Barnabas? Yes, the thief. Yeah. So let's wait and see what the government will do to reintegrate them into the society as after forgiving them. Let's just keep our hands crossed and see how it's going to end.